2, 1. Alright.
Hey, did you answer the last question?
Which question? So many.
The one that asks about the definition of CSR, the one with 30 marks. It's so hard, no, I forgot.
CSR. You already explained so many times in class. Okay. CSR is
Corporate social responsibility is generally agreed to be defined as the act of businesses and corporations taking into account its surrounding financial, environmental, and social environment, and attempting to reduce negative impact to the best of its ability whilst improving the living standards of stakeholders or other parties. The most notable aspect to this definition is that CSR is by no means forced upon businesses legally, and all action is at the discretion of the corporation. Poverty has two distinct aspects, relative and absolute poverty. Relative poverty is when one's way of life is substantially hindered in comparison to other fellow citizens, such as one of us in this room not being able to afford a laptop and internet to better ourselves through education. Absolute poverty is the inability of being able to provide the basic necessities in order to sustain a human life, including clean water, food, clothing, and shelter.
Private organisations are founded upon the principle of profiting from the consumers of the public. Their goal and existence is to continue to grow and expand through increasing the amount that they take from society relative to the amount that they give back to it. Because of this, it stands to reason that though the practicalities and financial aspects of it may be debatable, there is an unquestionable moral obligation held by corporations that profit from the public to give back to the community in some manner in order to form a financial and social relationship with society rather than to act as a drain on it. Poverty is defined as having a severe lack of money or purchasing power, and thus barely being able to live day-to-day financially. One of the biggest reasons for this lack of money is due to unfair employment in the form of sweatshops, unfair pay and the like. This links the cycle of poverty to large international corporations who are involved in these practices overseas, sometimes directly, but more often through a supplier, and thus puts the onus on these companies to be involved in breaking that cycle of poverty through their actions of corporate social responsibility. This leads to nothing but long-term gains for everyone involved in the poverty cycle, including the corporations themselves.
Businesses which actively partake in CSR and poverty alleviation reap in multiple benefits, both short-term and long-term. Think about every time you hear companies trying to help the poor, such as Microsoft and Facebook attempting to unite poorer societies through free internet, which is deemed as a basic human right by the United Nations Council, just as equality is. These reputable actions encourage us, the consumers, to paint a more attractive reputation of these corporations, resulting in excellent marketing tools for the firm, which also lures in eager investors.
Hey, Tony! Hey, Star! Long time no see!
Can I join you?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Hey, it's been 10 years, right, since our last meeting.
Yeah, it's been too long, man.
So, where do you work right now?
I'm working at Stark Industries, very popular.
Oh.
So, what are you doing right now?
Oh, currently I'm doing my PhD on a research paper.
So, what is your PhD research on?
Oh, it's about the role of CSR to improve poverty and community development.
Very nice topic. Yeah, my company did that too. Yeah, we have a CSR.
Oh,
Yeah.
this topic is so hard. It made me dizzy.
Relax, it is not hard, okay? It is easy. I'm working on community development in my company. It is very easy. I can explain you. We have 4 categories on CSR. The first example is philanthropy.
Speaking at a press conference after presenting a mock check to HKL Director Datuk Dr. Zainina Muhammad Zain, Norzila Muhammad said Exim Bank is aware that the hospital is in need of advanced medical equipment. He said this is also a good opportunity for Exim Bank to reach out to the less fortunate.
So with that, we take that this would be a good opportunity for Exim Bank to play our role to reach out to the unfortunate communities, in this case the patients lah. So for this we have allocated 100,000 to be given to HKL for them to complement the existing equipments that they have. From the 100,000 tu rasanya 28 adalah dalam bentuk wheelchair, dan seterusnya adalah dalam bentuk respiratory machines, I think beds, mattress and oxygen concentrators. Yeah.
As this could ease operating expenses, as the utility bill alone could reach up to 30,000 ringgit a day.
Oh. Okay, that's the first one. The second one, we have volunteering.
Eight-year-old Latye Win have the same fate? Latye Win lives with her parents and her 3-year-old sister. Time and light are not in her favour to indulge in childhood games, as her school lessons are to be completed before sundown. Latye Win's mother rushes to finish her daily chores by daylight. When night falls, they are at the mercy of candlelights. Even candles are often not affordable. Concerns of an unlit home is when sometimes Latye Win's parents are compelled to take her little sister and go out all night to catch fish for a living, leaving young Latye Win alone at home in darkness. There is a surprise awaiting Latye Win and the villages of Hintadar district as the Maybank team have come to give a hand. The Maybank team are determined to overcome every obstacle nature poses to bring about change in Latye Win's village. They have braved the floods, the rains, and the fear of snakes to personally deliver the solar panel lights. Children in Latye Win's school have no idea what is to have light in school. They have only learnt their lessons by daylight. The Maybank staff installed the lights in the school and demonstrated how to use them. The children's response was priceless. Maybank donated 2,612 lights to 5 schools, 22 villages and 1,328 homes, benefiting more than 5,000 lives and paving the way for a better tomorrow.
I understand.
Okay, the third one is environmental efforts. Okay.
said there are 4, so what is the last one?
Okay, the last one is very common. We have ethical labor practices.
In a sea of change, we'll ride the wave of hope and love and work for the day when we all have enough to make it through. It's all up to me and you. Open your heart.
Despite all these examples that you just stated, is there any evidence that really prove the effectiveness of CSR in reducing poverty and improving community development?
Okay, so based on my working experience, we have many evidence. Okay, one of the evidence are
Thank you, bro. That's a good explanation.
I have important meeting, duty call, so I think we can chit chat again later.
Okay.
So goodbye. Okay,
Bye.
thank you.
See you next time.